What is up, guys? I just got back from running a few different errands. I was finishing up some stuff for my brand, which is releasing really soon. And I realized that spring is finally kind of coming slowly. And I thought it'd be great to do a spring outfits video. I haven't done one of these videos in years. And it's a great chance to give you guys a little bit of inspiration, but also to just show you what I'm wearing. So for this video, I'm trying to stay away from the super expensive pieces for the most part. So this video has a lot of vintage that I'm styling. The reality of spring is that sometimes it's very cold, especially in the morning time, but then it'll get hotter as the day goes on. So the first fit I have here is this great kind of fleece Gorp Corey moment. And so the thing about a fleece is that it's super easy to lay. In this fit I have this vintage beige Woolrich fleece, these green hiking pants that I thrifted, and then my Salomons, and then a great Sealson bag. And this fit is just super lightweight and breathable, and so you don't have to necessarily worry about the weather as much. Continuing on, another fleece outfit I love that I've been wearing a lot is this one. It's with this Snow Peak fleece, which is a little bit more expensive, but you can easily find alternatives. These red, muddy brown, double knee Carhartts, and then this vintage military bag also in a muddy brown. You'll notice that all the shades of brown are slightly different, and it just makes for a super interesting outfit and color palette. The next outfit I want to go over is another kind of Gorp Corey fit. In spring, we know the seasons are changing and it's raining a lot, so it's the perfect time to break out that Gorp Corey rain jacket that you've always wanted. This is just an And Wander gray rain jacket on top, some light green Carhartt work pants, and then a dark green beanie, and then of course my Boris Bajonsaberry Salomons. The other reason I love this fit so much is just because the colors are a little bit brighter and lighter and kind of give a more spring feeling. The next fit I have is centered around this vintage sweater. It's a great time to wear these more lighter, not as heavy sweaters in the springtime. Oftentimes sweaters are styled in a more formal way, but this way is a little bit more rugged. That's why I'm pairing it with the Carhartt double knees that are a little bit more distressed. And with all these accessories I have, like the necklaces, the rings, it really brings out a great outfit. The next fit I have is this one. A little bit more workwear inspired. I have this work jacket. It's not Carhartt, it's just a different brand that I found that was vintage. But I love the green color and how there's the little dark brown accent details all around it. With it, I have that military bag, again, that I thrifted, and then these vintage Levi 550s that I thrifted. With the vintage 550s, one thing I've found is that it's always great to have different cuts of different jeans in your wardrobe. For example, I wouldn't wear 550s in a lot of outfits, but with this work jacket, the more relaxed fit actually complements it a lot more than other cuts of Levi's would. However, in the next fit, I'm utilizing 501s, which is this fit where I have these beautiful vintage 501s with this giant oversized overcoat. Then I have this beautiful green pine graphic tee. Obviously overcoats are a big trend right now. Everyone from Balenciaga to Rick Owens to Kiko Kostedanov are releasing these giant overcoats. And the reason I chose 501s is because with an overcoat like this that's a lot more boxy and oversized, you want to have pants that make your legs look a little bit longer. For example, if I wore the 550s in this fit, it would have looked a little bit awkward, but the 501s are perfect. Anyway, this overcoat is just a Uniqlo one that I got a few years back, and the t-shirt I'm wearing is this beautiful wedding present t-shirt from the 80s. This t-shirt is incredibly rare, but there's a lot of other great vintage t-shirts that you can find just going to your local thrift store. Next fit is just kind of more of a concept generally, but it's the idea of having a statement vest. But a statement vest is a great thing to have in the spring because they're a lot easier to wear without getting hot, and it takes a really basic outfit and just makes it a little bit more special. So this vest I have from Hamkiss, but I've also seen other great statement vests from Hainseo or Capital. But in my opinion, sometimes the best fit you can have is just a great hoodie and a great fitting pair of pants. And for me, my essential hoodie is the one I've developed and have been working on for the past 2 years, which is the Swans hoodie, which I'll tell you guys a little bit more in a little bit. So a lot of people have been asking about my brand. Obviously, it's been in development for almost 2 years, and I've been teasing it for almost 2 years, which is way too long to tease a brand. But one of the reasons it took so long and why I waited is because I really wanted to have a cohesive design style. And so the goal of the brand is to make essentials, but not necessarily basics. So there are essentials in which the ways that like everybody could use them, they're easily integrated into your wardrobe, they're a perfect fit, a perfect cut that's going to look good on you, but they're not basic because they don't look like everything else that's on the market. They're a bit more experimental in the technique that's being used. And I'm also integrating a lot of my own influences from art, and that comes from me studying art history. This is because I feel like a lot of more practical and technical clothing oftentimes lacks greater themes or like an overarching story. I've gone out of my way to kind of develop a full kind of universe around these clothes that feels very cohesive. If you've seen my videos, you know that storytelling in clothing is super important to me, and I'm really excited to see how you guys kind of react to it as this slowly rolls out and more of the story and kind of universe builds out over time, because I really didn't want to release clothes that felt detached from each other, whereas the clothes that I'm going to be releasing are kind of part of a grander vision and universe. So the clothing that I'm first releasing is this piece. It's called the Swans hoodie. The Swans hoodie is inspired by the Human Anatomy, Brutalist design, and swans. Not only the animal, but also the band. And besides this hoodie having the perfect cut or fit, what really makes it unique is the pattern or the paneling, as you guys might recognize. Most hoodies only have 2 pieces of fabric which are cut, one for the front, one for the back. This hoodie actually has 7 pieces of fabric cut. And when I was making this, I was very mindful and intentional about knowing how the different pieces of pattern would line up and create natural lines at the seam. And lines, as we know from art theory, naturally direct your eyes unconsciously to different pieces of the subject. So for example, on the chest, the lines that are formed by the seams break up the chest and make it look a little bit less awkward and boxy. And also it clearly separates the shoulder. The line that separates the shoulder naturally flows with the muscles. And what this does is it actually makes you and the garment look a lot better. Similarly, on the back, we have a similar effect where we have this yoke piece of pattern that's mirrored to create an hourglass shape. This shape naturally flows with the muscles of the back. Then the final piece of pattern is the one that's on the sides, the front and the back, that kind of connects everything. And when this piece of pattern is laid flat, it actually looks like a wing or a swan's wing. And so that's where the name comes from. And the name is also a homage to one of my favorite bands of all time, Swans. You can go pick it up if you'd like on March 18th, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's pre-order, so please be mindful of that. There's also a sizing chart on the website. All of the information is linked down. Check out my Instagram and also my website. So I have a lot of people to thank who believed in me and helped me along the way, such as the guys from Drip Tea, Paul and Justin, who not only let me use their space, but also created a great YouTube video showing the behind the scenes of the shoot. Go check out Drip Tea and their YouTube channel. I linked the video down below. Also shout out to Tommy Pointer. He did so much for this whole process. I really could not have done almost any of this without him. Also thank you to Camden from Fashion Ruined My Life. He helped me a lot financially with this whole ordeal. Emmanuel, who took the photography. Also my girlfriend and my family, who supported me over the past few years. And everyone else who really believed in me and supported me. And there's way too many people to mention, so thank you to everybody. I want to close this video off with a little bit of the behind the scenes process. See what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks to prepare for this thing. With that, enjoy, and again, the hoodie is out March 18th with very limited supplies, so cop it if you can.
Yeah, that's what Hey, you able to breathe, man?
Move this one. You can move the...
No, you're good.
We should ask you that before you...
Hey, are you okay with that light reflection? Personally?
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Yeah, I can walk you through that for the video.
Yeah, for sure.
The blue one? That one's it. Not that. Can you go back? Sorry. That one. Yeah, that one. That's it. Perfect. It's good on-body shots, but really good shots that show the paneling and details and things.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get it set up.
No, you're all good. You're all good.
So,
Still tail, so that's how it's paneling. And we want to make sure that we get that with the back.
It's a little like
Artsy, right?
yeah, it's a, yeah. We just like actually we're designing a shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just...
But I want you to see my
Yeah.
Yeah.
We usually have awesome mystery boxes on our whatnots every Wednesday.
Do you know like that story about how like Kanye would turn on his own tunes and listen to them and be like, "You heard this? This shit's fire."
This shit, yes.
Look up slightly, just slightly. Hold it right there. Perfect. Why don't you just connect to your speaker? Am I tripping?
These ones are crazy. This is cringe.
Oh, shit.
We went ham like.
Pull up lever, the seats is leather. It made me sweat up cause I let her. She in his pocket.